Hey y'all, thanks for coming back. I thought I would talk about today what I actually do, a day in the life of a travel agent essentially. Now, some days it can be extremely chaotic, especially if there is a major crisis going on in the world. So, if airspace closes down, a war breaks out, a volcano erupts, it's one of those situations where it's not like a normal day, and you literally, especially if you have a lot of clients, you have to drop everything and give your full attention to those people, because they may end up with no flights at all, or stranded or needing solutions immediately. So a day in the life. So typically when I log in the morning, there is just going through all your emails, making sure you're organized for the day. You generally have a lot of tasks from the previous days, so being able to manage your time is really important. Once I go through those emails, I would call back any potential leads. A lot of this is selling the dream to people. So being very passionate and very interested in what they have to say and being very curious. So this is where your really good sales skills come in. So if someone wants to go to Hawaii, you need to be asking questions like, have you ever been before? Are you going for a special occasion? Do you require a pool at the hotel? What are you going to do while you're there? The more questions you ask, the better to qualify them. Particularly asking things like their budget is super important, because Hawaii, it can be very expensive for accommodation, and people just don't realize that. So if you're not asking these right questions, you are going to find that you are actually wasting your own time, because you're going to spend a few hours getting them options and doing research, and then they're going to come back to you and say, oh no, I can't afford that. So qualifying them to start with is very important. If people are very vague with you, I would just be very upfront with them and say that you cannot get them a quote unless they're going to give you some idea of what they're after. What you'll learn over time is that the people that come to you and say, oh, I think I want to go to Fiji, Thailand, or Bali, are the people that literally have no idea what they want to do, and they are looking for your expertise. People are also very interested in you being the expert on destinations. Now, obviously, you cannot know everything about every destination. It's just impossible. But one thing that I have learned is, if you don't know much about the destination, take advantage of technology these days. So jump on, not in front of the client, but jump on TikTok, watch a couple of videos about the main highlights in each destination, use ChatGPT for recommendations on where they would suggest someone, describe your client. They might be in their 50s, they might want 4-star accommodation, what their interests are, really put in a lot of information. Now, be very careful with ChatGPT. Sometimes the information is not updated, but it's going to give you a little bit of knowledge just to kind of work with. If you are lacking knowledge in the main areas of the world, I would say you need to be doing quite a lot of research, which can be fun if you love travel. So even looking through Instagram pictures, Googling, maybe set yourself a goal to learn about one new country each week. But the more information you can know, the better. So sales, major part of this role. Another part, so airline schedule changes. So each day I will check my flight system, because a lot of the time you will book someone on airline tickets, issue the tickets, all well and good. And then before travel, the airline has what's called schedule changes. So it means they change the time or the day of the flight, and you need to sort out an alternative arrangement for your client. So some of my day I will be doing that. Making the bookings is actually another part of what you need to do, doing the finances. So financials, breaking down what the gross, so the sales price to the client was, what the net was, so what you're paying the supplier, and what the commission was. So what did you earn on this trip? You need to be really careful and make sure that you are having like a mid to back office system where you are correctly putting in those financials. We will go through later down the track my suggestions of what to use, which are really travel focused ones. But it is a really good idea so you don't get yourself in hot water in terms of overspending and things to do that. Now, if you're running an online travel company, another side of your business might be loading product for the day. Generally, this is not something you would do every day, but as you see new deals come out, so there might be a short-term sale with a cruise company where you can save, I don't know, whatever, $500, let's say. So you might think that's a really good idea, a really good deal, and load it on the website for sale. And then what do you do once you load it? You need to push it out to your audience. So another part of the role that you might do is social media, EDMs. Again, if you're not sure how to do this, I have run Facebook ads with a multi-million-dollar account, so I can help guide you through how to run successful Facebook ads. I've done a lot of trial and error on what works in travel and different ways to target people. So just in my experience, lead generation forms work really, really well for travel. So you might put up a destination that you know people are interested in. So you might put up a video of Africa, and then instead of driving them to your website, you do what's called a lead generation Facebook advertisement. So that is the ones where you click more info, and then you are going to get people to fill out a form. So it might just be their email and that they tick a box that they want to travel in 2025 or 2026. Basically what happens is Facebook filters back all those leads to you. You have the ability to reach out to those people, to talk to them about Africa, what they want to do, things like that. But also you now own that data. So then you can use their email address to retarget them in your marketing database and keep retargeting them for a lifetime unless they unsubscribe. So it doesn't work the same way as someone just clicking onto your website and then clicking off. It's more of a long-term approach, which I find works really, really well. So yeah, with my course, we go through all of this. I just wanted to mention as well, if you did want to have a look at my credentials, my reviews, who I've trained before, what they thought about me, I do actually have a website up. It's www.clickbooktravel.com.au. So take a look at that. That's also where you can hire me for private coaching. I'm also going to start some group coaching in about a month's time. So the first cohort will probably be in December. So if you want to go on the wait list to do the group coaching, please do just flick me. I have an inquiry form on my website. Just flick me a message and we will go from there. All right, I am going to leave it at that. The next one will be from Bali. See ya.